young people to lose access to unemployment benefits as part of welfare reforms. Young people will not be able to get unemployment benefits until they turn 25 under reforms introduced by the Turnbull government today. Mathias Cormann has indicated the government is willing to negotiate the passage of its childcare reforms. The coalition has unveiled wide-ranging welfare reforms in Parliament today, including changes to the Newstart program. It hopes to stop people aged 22 to 24 getting Newstart or the sickness allowance, and they will instead be shifted to the youth allowance payment. This will reduce the amount of money that they will be able to get, costing a single person living away from home about $90 a fortnight. They will also be required to study in order to qualify for the payments. The key aim of this measure is to provide incentives for young unemployed people to obtain the relevant education and training to increase employability, according to an explanatory memorandum for the bill. However, it says youth allowance does allow students to earn a higher amount of money from part-time or casual work than Newstart before this begins impacting their payments. Students can also have up to $10,000 in the bank before their savings affect their payments. But young people will also be forced to wait a month and made to complete a compulsory program before they can get any payments. The changes would be grandfathered so that 22, 23 and 24-year-olds already receiving Newstart can continue to do so. They are part of a number of budget-saving welfare measures unveiled by the Turnbull government today, which it hopes to get passed through Parliament. Childcare changes. Parents will finally get more help with childcare fees 3 years after the federal government first laid out its plans, as long as a new push to convince Parliament is successful. Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has labelled the planned changes a very big social reform. More than 843,000 families have children in some form of childcare. The plan to scrap the existing complex system of payments and establish a single fee subsidy is unchanged from what the government proposed in May 2015. But the government has rejigged the welfare cuts it plans to use to inject an extra $3 billion into childcare subsidies in an omnibus bill it hopes will be more palatable to crossbench senators. If the legislation passes in the first half of the year, the new childcare subsidy will start from July 2, 2018. It would be means and activity tested, giving families between 85% and 20% rebate on childcare fees. One key change is scrapping the existing $7,500 cap on rebates for families earning less than $185,000. Education Minister Senator Simon Birmingham said that meant an extra 90,000 families would have their fees subsidized for the entire year instead of facing several months of the horror for budgeting when their costs suddenly doubled. Another 40,000 families on high incomes will have that cap lifted to $10,000 a year. Labour childcare spokeswoman Kate Ellis complained the government had not done anything to fix problems the sector had raised regarding the activity test and uncertainty for Indigenous and rural care services. However, key crossbench Senator Nick Xenophon said the reworking of the cuts was a step in the right direction and the childcare package was improved. Changes to parenting payments. To pay for the changes, the government will phase out family tax benefit end-of-year supplements but increase fortnightly payments by about $20.